All right, so we have Taylor here from Hawk Performance today in our studio, and he's going to answer a question we know a lot of you guys have. I get this all the time on social media. What brake pads are right for my car? Do I need ferrocarbon? Do I want ceramic? What do I need and why, and what actually are the differences? Taylor, talk to us here, man. What do we need?
So it really depends on what you're trying to do with the car. Are you looking for like more of an entry-level street performance pad where you're occasionally like hit up a track day, autocross, looking for something that's more of a low dust, real quiet, keep your wheels clean? Or are you the kind of guy that's a track and street warrior, doesn't want to change the pads out, wants to have something that can do both?
Okay, and so basically, all right, so let's say, like I'll use my car for example. I have a 2018 Mustang GT. It is a street car, 100%. I've autocrossed it once or twice, and it's seen a couple track days, maybe 2 or 3 a year. What kind of pad would I want? I mean, the stock pads that are on there now, I have a Brembo package, and they are beyond dusty. I mean, my wheels are thankfully ceramic coated, but they still get dusty. What would you recommend for that kind of a setup?
I think if you're really concerned about how the dust in the wheels, I would lean towards a performance ceramic pad. It's still going to give you a lot of initial bite, some high temperature capability, let you do like a light autocross, light track day. And
okay, and this will be a lower dust pad. Now, say I get a little more into, okay, now I'm hitting a few more autocrosses, a little more track days, a little more power, I need more slow, like more stopping power. Is this still good, or is there, like, what would be the next step up in the next direction?
The next step would definitely be our HP Plus material.
And tell me about those.
So this will definitely give you a lot higher coefficient of friction at higher temperature, less fade, more overall temperature capacity of the pad.
Okay.
You'll be able to drive to the street. You'll have a little bit of noise, a little bit of dust, but it's really manageable. And the trade-offs are really that track performance.
Now, I've seen noise is an issue on some cars. My 18 is quiet, thankfully, but our 19 squeals. I mean, it's really, really bad. What causes that? What's the issue there?
A lot of the times the pad can actually resonate inside the caliper, so that's why we'll add like an anti-squeal shim on the back. And then also we include grease packets in each axle set you put on the back of the backing plate to kind of dampen some of that noise. Now,
as far as, like I said, we're talking about different pads, like, the Street 5.0, I mean, a lot of guys obviously gonna be like, hey, I got a 5.0, that's the pad I need. But what is that pad? Tell me about that, because that seems to be like your high performance, I guess that's a street pad. Is that track friendly at all?
It's really not intended for any like heavy track usage, so it'll have limited temperature capability, but where it really shines is on the street. So HPS 5.0 is the improved version of the legacy HPS High Performance Street Hawk pad, the blue box.
Okay.
So this is really the next iteration of that for an improved cold temperature bite, really great pedal feel, great modulation for stoplight to stoplight.
With the PC ceramics here, we have the 5.0s, that I believe is the HPS.
Correct.
Is there another series that someone should consider for their street car?
Really the entry level would be the HPS pad. We don't have that set here today, but that's a good entry level point.
Is that like would that be considered like a one-up stock replacement? Like if you're looking for maybe one level above stock?
Exactly.
And then this would kind of be maybe the second level above? And then, now how would these two compare? I mean, that looks more like a track pad, where this does look like more of a street because of the way it's cut. They're both kind of the same as far as that goes?
No, the PC pad is still more of a street-oriented pad. That chamfer is to reduce noise.
Okay.
The HP Plus pad doesn't have a chamfer because we really want to maximize the total surface area.
Now, an HP Plus pad like that, now you said that's a track-friendly pad. Now, is that okay for street use? I mean, is that one that do you want to run these, for daily use and then swap that out for the weekend use, or can that pad be run all the time?
This HP Plus can be ran all the time. It's at about the limit for like a noise and dust on the street, so you will experience some light noise, dust, but not nearly anything like a full-on race pad. It's perfect like a daily double duty kind of situation.
Now, people ask all the time too, it's like, okay, so you've got a couple thousand miles on your car, you just bought a new set of pads. What's the trick when you first put these pads on if you're using we're not going to replace the rotors yet because a lot of times the rotors are still fine.
Yeah.
So what's the proper procedure for putting new pads on your car?
So we always recommend the full bedding procedure.
And what is that? Because we get questions all the time. How do I bed my brakes in? And everybody's different.
No, it's always the magic question, right? But it does vary between each friction material. So the street stuff, especially HPS, is more of like a couple stops from street speeds down to a rolling like 5 miles an hour.
Okay.
There we go. As you get more serious with HP Plus or even some of the race materials, you do want to simulate race conditions for several stops to get a good transfer layer to the rotor.
Okay.
So it really does vary by compound.
And it doesn't matter if you're using new rotors or the original rotors, the bedding process is the same.
We always do recommend new rotors if possible, but if you are changing to a used rotor, we do recommend that you really follow that procedure to a T.
Okay.
It'll really help clean off the old friction material to ensure you get a good transfer layer of the new material.
So the new rotor will give you probably a little more leeway, where if you're using the original rotors, then that process becomes extremely, extremely important.
Exactly.
Now, if you don't do that process, what are the negatives? What could happen?
You could have more squealing, a harder pedal, no no initial cold bite. The pedal will seem hard.
Okay. Is it going to hurt the life of the pad then as well?
No, it just really hurts performance.
Okay.
You won't be happy.
Okay, so with the different materials, whether you're going with, like I said, the ceramic or one of those materials over there, what is the life of these pads?
So the HPS 5.0 and the PC really will target like an OE style life. Rotor wear should be comparable to OE, pad life should be pretty comparable. As you move forward to the track stuff, pad wear will be increased and also rotor wear will be increased.
Which is to be expected with something like a track pad.
Exactly.
All right, so we talked about the different compounds and which one's right for your Mustang. Now, what Mustangs do you guys offer pads for? Do you offer brake shoes or is it just brake pads?
So we don't offer any drum shoes, but as long as that Mustang has disc brakes on it, I can guarantee you we have a pad shape for it.
There you go. So Hawk Performance, made in the USA, pads for all your different Mustangs, available here at cjponyparts.com.